You graduate, university, college, you look for a job. That was always the case, always is the case. But it is made difficult, of course, because of the pandemic, what is happening right now. Not easy at all. Joining us via Skype is the CEO of Workplace Relationships, Maggie Craddock, to help guide you through the process. Kids, don't worry, you're going to be okay. Maggie, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you, Roger.
I really do think this is kind of an unprecedented time. I mean, we've had recessions and depressions and things like that, but there's nothing like this we've ever seen. And for kids who are graduating, for young people who are graduating, it must be a frightening time.
Absolutely. I'm so delighted we're doing this segment, Roger, because in the midst of any period of chaos, there's always opportunity. And I don't want to minimize the risks for these young people at all. But if they have a clear strategy for managing the way that they distinguish themselves, how they look at risk in terms of where they're seeking opportunities, and how they manage their own expectations and keep going in the midst of this crisis, they can prevail in terms of their careers, even in the most challenging of times.
What should they be focusing on right now with all that? Should they change what kind of job they're looking for, or should they stay the course on what they want to do?
Well, I think this is really important when we talk to young people about managing the most important investment they're going to make right now, and that's their investment in their careers. So we have to look at this in terms of risk. The least risky thing to do is to stay on course with your plan, but you also have to look at the skills you've been focused on and the people you know. So for instance, if you've had an internship, if you can get a job in that organization, learn everything you can about what that organization needs in order to, add value in the community, and network there as carefully as possible. If it's something in the industry, consider that. If you've got special skills and you can plug those into your Rolodex, that's terrific. And then, of course, at a time like this, if you've got a dream you've always wanted to pursue, sometimes it feels like there's nothing to lose here. But make sure that you're focusing your energy on something that you're great at and not something that you're trying to run away from.
And going back, presenting ideas and your skill sets, you want to find the balance, I guess, because if you can offer up solutions right now, that's huge. But this isn't going to go forever, so you also have to be thinking in the future as well, down the road.
Well, absolutely, and particularly for graduates at the beginning of their careers. Remember, when you're interviewing, people are hiring human beings. They're not hiring a resume. So do everything you can to maintain connectivity. These acronyms, WAIT. Why am I talking in an interview? Am I talking because I'm nervous? And most important, HAIL. How am I listening? Listen carefully to your interviewer. Ask questions that show that you've done your homework, but also that you value the interviewer's insights, such as what are the types of people that tend to succeed in this organization? What are the personality characteristics you look for someone in this role? What kind of person do you want to work with and see on a daily basis? Be prepared to talk about what you've done and open it up with succinct stories, but also stories that highlight things like your willingness to be a team player, your ability to be emotionally resilient and solve problems under pressure. And remember that all resources are not monetary. Employers are looking for people that are going to create a spirit of unity and help tap into things like loyalty and motivation at a very difficult time. For some firms, it's business as usual, and other types of businesses, as we know, are going to have to hit reset and think of a lot of new ways to innovate, such as restaurants and hotels and things like this in this environment. So you need to be as innovative and as resilient as you possibly can.
And we like to think it's an algorithm now that when companies are looking for somebody, they punch in this, punch in that. But it really is about connections and being able to share your knowledge and your experience, even when you're young.
Absolutely, because after an interview, and I get a chance as a coach to talk to a lot of people who are interviewing young people for jobs. When that interview is over, does the person you were speaking with want to talk to you again? What creates that connection and that spark? How do they feel about themselves after that interview? Have you given them an opportunity to feel like they put you at ease? Have you listened carefully? Have you looked at things from their vantage point? Because you're busy trying to put your best foot forward and project everything you know and what you can do. But you want to make sure that you're clear about how they feel about themselves. And if they have concerns, that you're really listening carefully to those, not jumping in unrealistically to say you can solve a problem. But as the new normal comes into focus, and we can't know what that looks like yet, you want to be sure that you're coming across as somebody who can take direction, but also be a problem solver.
Okay, Maggie, we are out of time. I would love to talk more about this because it is a challenge for young people graduating. But thank you very much for joining us. Joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Where can they find you?
You can find me at workplacerelationships.com. That's our website, and also on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.